Smart women think differently. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start with a question. What makes someone smart? Is it the degrees they hold, the books they've read, the jobs they've landed, or is it something deeper, something quieter, something less applauded? You see, smart women think differently, not because they're trying to prove something, but because they start with why. When the world tells them to follow the rules, they ask, why these rules? When they're told, this is how it's always been done, they say, then it's time to do it differently. Smart women don't chase trends, they create movements. They don't just want a seat at the table, they ask if the table even serves the right purpose. And that's what sets them apart. Smart women begin with why. This simple yet profound concept is the foundation of their approach to life, leadership, and decision making. It's about looking beyond the surface, beyond the what and the how, to explore the deeper purpose behind every action. When others might follow the conventional path because it's the expected one, smart women take a moment to pause and reflect. They ask themselves, why am I doing this? Why does this matter? What's the greater purpose behind my choices? This approach isn't just a mindset, it's a strategy. When women start with why, they tap into something far more powerful than simply adhering to a set of rules or conforming to social expectations. They define their purpose first, and that purpose guides every decision they make. This is where the magic happens. When you start with why, you begin to make decisions that align with your core beliefs, not just with what is expected of you. And that alignment creates an authentic path, one that brings a sense of fulfillment, resilience, and direction. In many areas of life, women are told to follow a prescribed script. They're told that success looks a certain way, or that leadership is defined by narrow, sometimes outdated, standards. In professional settings, women have often been expected to mirror masculine styles of leadership, authoritative, decisive, and assertive. But smart women know that these traits are not the only way to lead. They know that leadership, true leadership, comes from understanding why you do what you do. It's about having a clear purpose and using that clarity to guide the choices you make. When a woman starts with why, she doesn't just react to external pressures or follow the crowd. She becomes the one asking the important questions. Why do we do this? Why does this matter to the people around us? Why is this the best path to take? By constantly asking why, she encourages others to think more deeply and critically. She challenges the status quo and creates space for innovative solutions. This isn't just leadership for leadership's sake. This is leadership that is grounded in authenticity, intention, and a desire to make the world better. Consider the impact of a woman in a position of power or influence who starts with why. Her decisions are grounded in her understanding of the broader impact. Instead of making choices based solely on financial gain or personal advancement, she thinks about the ripple effect of those decisions. She asks, what will this decision do for the team? How will this affect the communities we serve? Will this decision create a sustainable future for others? By focusing on purpose, she can create a culture of trust and respect, one where every individual feels seen, heard, and valued. This mindset also gives smart women a unique strength when faced with adversity. When challenges arise, as they inevitably do, the clarity of why becomes a guiding light. Instead of getting lost in frustration or confusion, they return to their purpose. In difficult times, it is easy to lose sight of the bigger picture, but a woman who knows her why can hold steady. She has the emotional intelligence to stay focused on what truly matters, and she uses that sense of purpose to steer herself and those around her toward a positive outcome. Furthermore, when a woman starts with why, she isn't afraid to be vulnerable. She doesn't feel the need to wear a mask or hide behind a facade of perfection. She can admit when she doesn't know something, and she can approach problems with humility and curiosity. This is incredibly powerful. It creates an environment where innovation can thrive because vulnerability fosters trust, and trust fosters collaboration. By leading with why, women create spaces where others feel safe to explore ideas, take risks, and contribute their own unique perspectives. Ultimately, Starting with why is not just a strategic decision, it's a life-changing one. It shifts the focus from the external, the fleeting, and the superficial, to the internal, the lasting, and the meaningful. Smart women don't simply do things because they have to. They do them because they believe in them, and that belief, that deep sense of purpose, is what fuels them to achieve greatness, not just for themselves, but for those they lead and the world around them. When smart women think differently, it all starts with asking, "Why am I doing this?" And that question can change everything. Smart women lead with values, not titles. In a world that often measures success by external markers such as titles, positions, and accolades, they take a different approach. Rather than relying on societal definitions of what makes someone successful, they understand that true leadership and fulfillment come from aligning actions with core values. For smart women, their values guide their decisions, shape their interactions, and ultimately define their legacy. This approach to leadership is about more than simply achieving a set of goals or reaching a particular status. It's about living authentically, with integrity and purpose, and making an impact that resonates with others. The idea of leading with values instead of titles may seem counterintuitive, especially in environments where status and power are often the primary measures of success. Many people are taught to climb the ladder, reach the next rung, and focus solely on career advancement. Titles, promotions, and external recognition become markers of progress. But smart women know that true leadership doesn't come from being the loudest in the room or having the most prestigious title. It comes from leading with authenticity and using one's position of influence to elevate others and foster positive change. When women lead with values, they prioritize what truly matters to them and their communities. They recognize that success is not about personal accolades, but about the positive impact they can have on the world around them. Whether they are in high-profile positions or more behind the scenes roles, their influence is felt because it's grounded in the principles they hold dear. These values might include compassion, fairness, inclusivity, transparency, or accountability. The common thread is that they are principles that are bigger than themselves. They serve a larger purpose, whether within an organization, a community, or a family. One of the unique aspects of leading with values is the ability to inspire trust. When a leader consistently acts in accordance with their values, others begin to trust not only their decisions, but also their integrity. This trust fosters loyalty and builds strong, collaborative teams. In contrast, a leader who is solely focused on titles and power may inspire compliance, but they will struggle to foster genuine trust and connection. Trust isn't something that can be demanded, it must be earned through consistent, values-based actions. And for smart women, this is where the true power of leadership lies. Moreover, leading with values means that women are able to make difficult decisions with clarity and confidence. In moments when there is pressure to compromise principles for short-term gain, the smart woman remains unwavering because her values serve as her compass. While others might falter in the face of challenges or succumb to the temptation of expedient solutions, she stands firm in her commitment to doing what is right, not what is easy. This doesn't mean that every decision is easy or that there are no compromises to be made. Rather, it means that the values are the foundation upon which every decision is made. Even in complex situations, those values offer guidance and help to cut through the noise of external pressures. In leading with values, smart women also create cultures of inclusion and collaboration. They recognize that leadership is not about being the person who has all the answers or making decisions in isolation. Instead, it's about involving others, listening, and creating spaces where diverse voices and perspectives can be heard. By fostering an environment where everyone's values are respected, they encourage a more open, dynamic, and innovative approach to problem solving. This collaborative leadership style is often far more effective in bringing about lasting change, as it builds consensus and aligns everyone around shared values. Furthermore, women who lead with values are often more resilient in the face of adversity. When they are rooted in their core principles, they are less likely to be swayed by criticism or external challenges. They are able to weather the storms that come their way because their sense of purpose is grounded in something deeper than temporary setbacks or fleeting opinions. This resilience is contagious and often serves as a source of strength for those they lead. It reminds everyone that leadership is not about avoiding challenges, but about facing them head on with unwavering commitment to doing what's right. Smart women play the infinite game. Unlike many who are focused on the short-term wins or immediate outcomes, they adopt a mindset centered around long-term goals and sustained impact. They understand that life, business, and leadership are not about beating others or reaching a fixed finish line. Instead, they view their work as part of an ongoing journey, one that is driven by purpose, evolution, and the collective betterment of others. The infinite game is about creating systems, building relationships, and fostering environments that outlast any one individual or specific event. For smart women, the game isn't won by momentary success. It's won by creating something that endures, something that grows and evolves over time. When women play the infinite game, they shift their focus away from the pressures of immediate results and instead concentrate on creating a lasting legacy. In a world obsessed with fast results, quick promotions, and immediate accolades, this long-term mindset may seem unconventional. But for smart women, it is precisely this focus on the broader horizon that allows them to make decisions that are not just advantageous in the short term, but meaningful over the course of their lives and careers. The true measure of success becomes about how their work influences the world around them, how their decisions contribute to the growth and development of others, and how their impact extends far beyond their own lifetime. The concept of the infinite game also encourages resilience. In the face of setbacks, failures, and obstacles, smart women don't see these as signs to give up or switch directions. Instead, they view failures as opportunities to learn and adapt. The infinite game doesn't have a final destination, so the roadblocks along the way are not an end, but merely part of the process. Challenges are not failures. They are learning experiences that help refine and improve the journey. This mindset of continuous improvement and resilience ensures that smart women are not easily discouraged by the inevitable difficulties that come with ambitious pursuits. Instead, they persist, knowing that their commitment to the long-term vision will ultimately yield greater rewards. Moreover, smart women who play the infinite game focus on collaboration rather than competition. While many might see success as a zero-sum game where one person's win means another's loss, the infinite game allows for collaboration and mutual benefit. By shifting the focus from individual triumphs to collective progress, smart women create environments where collaboration is prioritized over competition. They understand that when one person rises, everyone has the potential to rise with them. They build teams, networks, and partnerships that are based on shared values and a collective desire to contribute to something greater than themselves. This approach leads to deeper, more meaningful relationships and ultimately a more cohesive and supportive community or organization. In playing the infinite game, smart women also embrace innovation. They aren't tied to outdated methods or confined by traditional structures. Instead, they think creatively, looking for ways to improve and evolve and to make a difference. Whether it's introducing new ideas in the workplace, creating better systems in their personal lives, or working to reshape industries, smart women understand that progress is not about maintaining the status quo. It's about pushing boundaries, questioning assumptions, and taking risks that have the potential to change the game entirely. This willingness to innovate, to challenge norms, and to reimagine what's possible is a key element of their success in playing the infinite game. This mindset also promotes a deep sense of purpose. When smart women are not fixated on achieving specific, short-term goals, they can dedicate themselves to pursuing work that is meaningful. They recognize that true fulfillment comes not from a single achievement or event, but from the ongoing process of contributing to something larger than themselves. Whether they are working to improve society, advancing causes they are passionate about, or making a difference in the lives of individuals, smart women approach their work with a sense of purpose that keeps them grounded and motivated over the long haul. Their goals are not just about what they can achieve, but about what they can help others achieve, and about the impact their work has on future generations. Additionally, smart women who play the infinite game understand the importance of adaptability. In an ever-changing world, flexibility and the ability to pivot are crucial. The infinite game is not about adhering to a fixed plan, but about responding to the needs of the moment while keeping the larger vision intact. They are open to change, willing to adjust their approach as circumstances evolve, and able to embrace new opportunities that may arise along the way. This ability to remain fluid and adaptable ensures that they can sustain their impact over time, no matter how the world around them changes. By playing the infinite game, smart women redefine what success means. It's no longer about achieving a series of milestones or collecting titles. It's about the journey, the relationships, the learning, and the transformation that occurs along the way. Success becomes about contributing to something greater, creating a lasting impact, and leaving a legacy that continues to influence the world long after their individual efforts have ended. For smart women, the infinite game is not just a mind. It's a way of life that allows them to lead with purpose, resilience, and the unwavering belief that the work they do today has the potential to shape tomorrow. Smart women treat failure as feedback. They understand that failure is not an end, but an essential part of the journey toward growth and success. While society often frames failure as something to avoid or fear, smart women have a different perspective. They see it as an opportunity for learning and improvement. Instead of letting failure defeat them or discourage them from continuing their pursuits, they embrace it as valuable information that provides insights into what went wrong and how things can be done differently moving forward. This mindset shift is crucial because it allows them to approach challenges with resilience, creativity, and an open mind, rather than with fear or hesitation. When women fail, they don't see it as a reflection of their worth or abilities. They don't internalize it as a personal flaw or failure of character. Instead, they detach their sense of self from the outcome and focus on the lessons that can be extracted from the experience. This detachment enables them to view setbacks objectively, as temporary circumstances rather than permanent states. For smart women, failure doesn't diminish their confidence, it enhances their growth. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? What does this teach me about what I need to adjust or improve? This approach fosters a growth mindset, which is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through effort and perseverance. Smart women are not afraid to experiment or take risks, knowing that failure is an inevitable part of any process that involves growth or change. When they take on new projects, try innovative approaches, or push boundaries, they understand that the possibility of failure exists, but they don't let it paralyze them. Instead, they approach every endeavor with the mindset that even if things don't go as planned, they will have gained valuable insights that can be applied in future efforts. It is this willingness to take risks and the ability to view failure as feedback that enables smart women to innovate and grow in ways that others might not. Furthermore, by embracing failure as feedback, smart women are better equipped to bounce back from challenges. They don't allow one setback to define their trajectory or cause them to give up on their goals. Instead, they use each failure as an opportunity to recalibrate and strengthen their strategies. This resilience allows them to maintain momentum even when things don't go as expected. In fact, many successful women have experienced multiple failures before finding their success. Their ability to persevere and keep learning from those failures has been a key factor in their ultimate achievements. This perspective on failure also allows smart women to foster an environment where others feel safe to fail and learn. In the workplace, for instance, women who view failure as feedback create cultures where innovation is encouraged and experimentation is seen as a necessary part of progress. By modeling a healthy approach to failure, they help remove the stigma surrounding it and make it clear that mistakes are not a sign of incompetence but rather a part of the learning process. This leads to more creativity, more risk-taking, and ultimately, better results, as individuals feel supported in their efforts to grow and innovate. Another important aspect of how smart women treat failure is their ability to detach emotionally from the outcome. While they care deeply about their work, they don't let a failure define their personal worth or abilities. This emotional resilience allows them to move forward without the weight of guilt or shame clouding their judgment. They understand that failure is a momentary experience, not a permanent identity. This detachment is crucial for maintaining mental and emotional well-being, especially in the face of challenges. By separating their self-worth from the outcome, they can remain focused on the bigger picture and continue to take calculated risks. Ultimately, smart women treat failure as feedback because it empowers them to grow, learn, and evolve. By reframing failure in this way, they are able to continue pushing forward with purpose and confidence, knowing that each failure brings them closer to success. This mindset not only helps them build resilience and adaptability, but also enables them to inspire others to do the same. In a world that often emphasizes perfection and success, the ability to see failure as a valuable learning tool is a powerful asset that enables smart women to break barriers, challenge norms, and create lasting change. Smart women lift others as they climb. They understand that true leadership is not about hoarding success or accolades for themselves, but about bringing others along on the journey. The focus is not just on individual achievement, but on creating an environment where everyone can succeed, grow, and thrive. Women who lift others as they climb recognize that their own success is inherently linked to the success of those around them. They see their role as leaders not as being at the top, but as creating pathways for others to reach their potential. This is a mindset that fosters collaboration, trust, and a collective sense of purpose, where everyone contributes to the greater good. The idea of lifting others is deeply rooted in the belief that leadership is about service. Rather than positioning themselves as above others, smart women adopt a servant leadership approach, one that prioritizes the needs and growth of others. This means offering guidance, sharing knowledge, and empowering people to succeed on their own terms. They actively listen to those they lead, understand their needs and aspirations, and help them navigate challenges. This approach fosters a sense of community and belonging, creating a supportive and inclusive environment where people feel valued and encouraged. When smart women lift others, they also understand the power of mentorship. They take the time to nurture the potential in others, offering advice, guidance, and support at crucial moments. Mentorship is not just about imparting knowledge, but about providing the emotional and professional encouragement needed to help someone push through their own barriers. Smart women know that by helping others develop their skills, confidence, and leadership abilities, they are contributing to a larger movement of change. This mentorship goes beyond the workplace and into all aspects of life. As women encourage those around them to pursue their goals, break down barriers, and challenge societal norms, they are committed to the idea that leadership is about making others leaders as well. Furthermore, lifting others as they climb involves recognizing the importance of diversity and inclusivity. Smart women know that true progress cannot be made without bringing together people from different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives. They actively seek to elevate those whose voices are often marginalized or overlooked, ensuring that everyone has an opportunity to contribute and thrive. This commitment to inclusivity creates a richer, more dynamic environment where ideas can flourish and everyone has a chance to be heard and valued. By creating space for diverse voices and talents, smart women foster innovation, creativity, and collective success. In the process of lifting others, smart women also model vulnerability and humility. They are not afraid to admit when they don't have all the answers or when they need help. This openness creates an atmosphere of trust and mutual respect, where others feel comfortable seeking guidance and offering support. It encourages a culture of collaboration over competition, where people work together towards common goals rather than striving for individual recognition. In this environment, the success of one person becomes the success of the entire group, as everyone is empowered to reach their full potential. Smart women who lift others are also committed to creating opportunities for others to succeed, whether it's providing them with the resources, networks, or skills they need. They actively work to remove the barriers that may prevent others from achieving their goals. They know that success is not a zero-sum game, and that by helping others rise, they are contributing to a cycle of growth that benefits everyone. Their leadership is not about being the best in the room, but about creating more room for others to excel. By lifting others as they climb, smart women create a legacy that extends far beyond their own achievements. They build strong, supportive networks of people who, in turn, go on to support and uplift others. This ripple effect ensures that the impact of their leadership continues long after they've moved on to new challenges. The act of lifting others is not a one-time gesture, but a continuous process that helps cultivate an environment where everyone is encouraged to grow, learn, and succeed together. Smart women know that their greatest impact lies not in what they achieve alone, but in how they help others achieve alongside them. Through this commitment to lifting others, they create lasting change that extends far beyond their own journey, influencing future generations to come. Smart women change the world by thinking differently. They are not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom, break away from the traditional paths, and introduce new ways of thinking that can lead to transformative change. Their unique perspective often comes from their ability to see the world through a lens that others may not consider. By embracing this different way of thinking, they are able to approach problems from innovative angles, develop creative solutions, and inspire others to think outside the box. This willingness to challenge the status quo is what allows them to not just be participants in the world around them, but true change makers who redefine the norms. These women understand that thinking differently often means going against the grain. It requires courage to stand up for ideas that may initially be met with resistance or skepticism. It's easy to follow the established path because it's familiar and safe. But smart women know that real growth and progress often come from stepping into the unknown. By questioning existing structures and assumptions, they create room for new ideas, systems, and ways of doing things that can have a far-reaching impact. Their ability to think differently also extends to how they lead and inspire others. Smart women understand that leadership is not about dictating a single way of thinking or imposing their ideas on others. Rather, it's about creating a space where diverse perspectives are valued, and everyone is encouraged to contribute their own ideas. By fostering an environment of openness and inclusivity, they allow creativity and innovation to flourish. In doing so, they not only drive change within their own organizations or communities, but also set an example for others to follow, showing that thinking differently is not just a personal trait, but a collective value.